Welcome back to the Lighthead Online Video Show, hosted by the Get a Grip on Lighting podcast. Hey, Greg, who sponsored this show today? I think it's going to be Keystone Technologies. Go to KEYSTONETECH.com, baby, KeystoneTech.com. Greggy, what are we talking about Keystone today, pal?
Keystone just having all their product offerings. One thing that we haven't talked a lot about are their drivers. They have a good tunable LED driver, and we all know that's needed for a lot of product that's out in the marketplace. And they can actually tune it to whatever wattage or voltage you need. So something important to keep in mind.
Tunable LED drivers. Yeah, they got a lot of stuff on that website. So all you got to do is you go down to KeystoneTech.com. That's KEYSTONETECH.com. The Retrofit Kings, Keystone. So, Greg, you wanted to ask me a couple questions on today's Lighthead Online Video Show. I'll see if I can help you with them. Let's get it going.
Well, it's going to be questions that we'll both answer. But what I wanted to talk about, and a lot of articles have been out, is on Amazon. A lot of discussion on Amazon, and are they disrupting the electrical industry? And I think to some degree they are. But maybe we'll start with that question. Do you feel that they're directly affecting your business right now, Amazon?
Yeah, for sure. So I would say that a lot of people are searching online and on Amazon first. And so we find that, customers will say, I can buy this. I'm not going to say, let's say like online mega giants like eBay, I'd throw into that mix as well, and Amazon. Oh, I found it on eBay for this much. Can you match it? And I think that's a major issue, but I also think there is a gravitation towards, I think people like to find their own product online as opposed to calling a company, and people are kind of getting out of the habit of doing that. And so I think Amazon's power is, not just a pricing power, it's not just a shipping power, it's not just fulfillment, but it's also does what people want to do. Like it facilitates the way they want to buy things like light bulbs, like ballasts, batteries, things that they don't need to feel in touch. They just need to know it's the right thing. And I think that's dangerous for lighting distributors, especially ones that are reliant on MRO a lot.
So there's going to be a few questions that we'll both chime in on, but I think you made a good point there saying that it's the right thing. Okay, that's we'll get back to that. But let's start off with what is Amazon good at?
They're good at displaying tons of different products. As long as you know what you're looking for, chances are you can find it on Amazon.
So as long as you know what you're looking for. So they have a lot of options. Pricing is generally low, and they're quick, right?
Right.
We both agree that quick shipping, getting the product that you need quickly, they're good at that. What are they bad at?
Well, there's nobody there that you can really call. You have to know what you want. If you're going to shop on Amazon as a electrician, if you're going to shop on Amazon as a homeowner or as a property manager or whatever, you really have to know what it is that you want to buy. And if you know what it is you want to buy and it's in the right color or whatever, then you can get a good deal. I think where distributors have an advantage is with the product knowledge, and I think that's going to continue to be for the medium term will be the distinguishing factor between Amazon and traditional lighting distributors. But I think as time goes by and with artificial intelligence, you're going to see more and more intelligent systems which will help customers find exactly what they're looking for without ever talking to anybody.
Okay, so yeah, what you're to sum it up there, what they're bad at is expertise right now in particular fields.
They're bad at expertise, but I think that some of that expertise can be automated in an AI solution, and I think it's coming very quickly. They call it machine learning. So, maybe Amazon will create some sort of algorithm, or someone will create an algorithm which will identify, that two products are different colors or different color temperatures or whatever. And I think that a lot of that stuff is coming in the pipeline for sure.
So now we're comparing Amazon to an electrical distributor, or in our case, lighting distributor. But what do electrical distributors or lighting distributors do good right now?
Apply for rebates.
They're good at applying for rebates. Market knowledge, they're good at that.
I think it depends on the distributor. So what I've noticed from lighting distributors is we're all kind of good at different things, a little bit different. We all have our unique areas of expertise. I think most lighting distributors that are good at selling light bulbs online already sell through Amazon as well as their website. So I would say that most lighting distributors that are good at online sales are working with Amazon as a partner or eBay as a partner. So what do they do better? Offer product knowledge, tell customers about when two products are basically identically the same thing and offering them something at a lower price. So sometimes you can't necessarily compete directly with Amazon, but you may have another product that's not identical but does the same thing and works the same way that's significantly lower than the price on Amazon. And that's how sometimes we get around it, particularly with ballasts. So someone will be looking for, HCN 454 T5HO high voltage ballast, and they only find the manufacturer X ballast, and we're able to cross it to one that's at a lower price than it is on Amazon. So that's what distributors can do. But I mean, you said it all the time, how many customers are calling, man? It's more emails now. I think that there's trouble in those waters. I'm not sure that people want to spend the time to look. As time goes by in the medium term, I think distributors need to be prepared for less and less phone calls to their shop.
You're right. Now, so what do you think electrical distributors or lighting distributors are currently bad at?
Most of them stink at online sales.
Yep.
Like
so it's kind of the opposite.
Yes.
Amazon, everything that Amazon is good at, electrical distributors generally aren't. And what Amazon's bad at, electrical distributors are in terms of the product we're selling.
I think here's what I would say. I think a lot of times people overestimate when it comes to online stuff, and this is going back to say 1998 or 99. I think people overestimate the short-term impacts of a technology or a disruptive technology, and they underestimate the long-term impacts, which they can't see far enough down the road, right? So right now, Amazon's going to take over everything. Everybody's going to buy everything from Amazon. Well, it's like lighting a Lux as a service. There's going to be a percentage of the lighting market which will want Lux as a service, and there's going to be a huge percentage of the market that won't. What percentages those will be, who knows? There's going to be a large percentage of the market that need value-added sales, that need sales reps, that want knowledge, that want these things. But there's going to be a huge portion that used to work with distribution that is no longer going to work with distribution, and they're going to gravitate towards those online sales simply because they want to sit in front of their computer, they want to see the picture of the product, it looks exactly like the one they have or the one they want to buy, and they want to click buy, and they want it right away. And
so a lot of what you're saying, though, is assuming they're going to know what this is. Let's talk about the lighting sales process, at least as it is today. So right now,
apply for a rebate.
Well, let me go and give my version. You give your version.
Okay.
But a lot of times it's driven by, at least in our company, it's driven by us or our sales reps out in the field coming out to a facility, analyzing what they have and what they could maybe go to. Correct? You give them a proposal, you tell them here's all the benefits, energy savings, whatever else that goes along with it. And then from there, they're going to do it at some point, and then it's just follow-up. But is it a quick sale? Generally not. It takes some time.
You're talking about a project, though.
I'm talking about a project. Well, we can go both ways because right now everything's a project.
Yeah, but okay.
Everything is a project.
When you're talking about Amazon, you're talking about MRO, replacement lamp and ballast sales, replacement equipment sales. That's what you're talking about when you're talking about Amazon. As it relates to electrical distribution and lighting distribution, you're not talking about projects. I mean, you could be talking about projects if the customer knows exactly what they want and they go look it up on Amazon. Fine. But generally, you're talking about multiple different fixtures, how are you going to retrofit them, putting the labor together, doing the rebate. That's not, Amazon's never going to get into that. Or maybe they will, but they're never going to get into that. What I'm saying is that what you're going to see, the biggest impact on distributors is going to be pricing pressure from Amazon.
Down the road when people need replacements for all the projects
taking place. There's going to be pricing pressure. So what's going to happen is that the knowledge is going to become very hard to pack into the price of the product. So right now, lighting distributors, you do it, I do it, everybody in most of the associations we know do this. They don't charge for their knowledge. They charge more for the product because of the knowledge.
Correct.
Right? So that's what we do. We don't actually, Greg Eric doesn't go around and say, hey, it's going to be $7,000 an hour for Mr. Erich to come talk to you about light bulbs. He goes in and he, services the client, and then he sends them an invoice, and within that invoice, those products you sold them is your knowledge cost. Amazon's going to put pressure on that, serious pressure, I think, in the medium term, not right away, but as information becomes more widely available, the biggest pressure is going to be that how are you going to get your money from the knowledge? Because there's going to be a markup on the product. It's going to be known, and I was going to talk about electric vehicle charging stations as a perfect example. The pricing pressure is so huge on that right off the bat. Like I looked into the business, and you sell $1,000 charger, the distributor makes $50.
Oh.
Like it's like, oh yeah, you make $50 and we make $50. Or we make $100 or the man. It's very, very, very tight. And I think lighting, everything's going in that direction now. The good thing that lighting has is it's very complicated, and it's going to be one of the hardest areas to really attack that knowledge base. That's why I say it's a medium-term thing. Anything that's simple, like an electric vehicle charging station. Oh, what does it do? It plugs into a Tesla. Okay, how many kilowatts does it have? 6.6. That's worth this much.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Now you have to pack in your services and your knowledge around that. But if you actually just want to buy an electric vehicle charging station, this is the price of that. That's the end of the story. And lighting doesn't work like that. It never has. And the knowledge base of the distributors is packed into the pricing. Even some of the guys that we know that are high knowledge, high value sales guys will say, okay, I'll charge you $1,500 for my proposal, but if you go ahead with the project, I'll take it off it. So they're trying to find a way to stick it in there and around it. But hey, if you give me the sale, I'll take it off the price. Now what you're telling the customers, there's a lot of profit in that material that I'm selling you. If I'm able to take $1,500 off of it. So electric vehicle charging station, you go sell it to the guy. If I come to check out your place and tell you which charging station you need, it's going to be $1,500. Oh, can you take that out of the price of the charger? Absolutely not. I can't do that.
Right.
And I think in the medium term, lighting is going to get to that point. And not slowly and incrementally, there's going to be pressure on distributors to not charge for their knowledge, to give their knowledge for free. And that's going to create a lot of chaos, especially for places that are high commission sales offices and that, like us.
So how do you think that we can offset Amazon or be prepared for the future of what might be coming? If you knew, you'd be...
I know what it is to do. The problem is I'm not a software development firm.
Yeah. You just have to have you have to translate a lot of your knowledge into making it easy for your customers to buy from you the product that you can sell, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's a whole variety of avenues to do it.
Yeah, but I mean, one of the things is, programming certain programs or whatever, that you have a custom program you use for projects. I have a custom program I use for my projects, but it was a grind out to build those things. And even adding things to them is very difficult because I know nothing about software development. And so, when somebody starts to develop software for me, it becomes very dicey and difficult. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be an interesting next 5 to 10 years. The last 5 to 10 were interesting. It's going to be another interesting 5 to 10, man, for sure.
Just have to keep it going, definitely.
For sure.
All right. Well, that was basically what I had. I know that it's something that we talked about, but something we have to prepare for. It's inevitable. It's there. We just have to think about it, have it on our mind, and keep coming up with ideas to combat it.
Yeah. I mean, I think the way to do it is to think about a pizza that's being eaten while distributors are thinking about how to divide it up. You understand what I mean? Like Amazon's eating the pizza while we're looking at them. We're not eating any of the pizza. And Amazon's just eating it, and we're like, well, what piece of the pizza are we going to get? They're almost finished the first quarter of it, so we better hurry the hell up. Otherwise, Amazon's going to eat half the pizza. And
I need some of that pizza.
I need some of that pizza too, bro. I need a good slice. So, I mean, they're already eating the pizza, and we're not doing anything about it. I mean, there are some guys that are doing stuff about it, but we're not doing anything about it. And most regional-based lighting distributors and electrical distributors are not doing anything about this. They don't know what to do. They're worried about. It's one of those, uncertainty always creates the highest levels of stress. It's not knowing a disaster has happened. When a disaster happens, it doesn't. But thinking about the disaster is almost worse than knowing what it was going to be. If someone's going to say, listen, Amazon's going to dominate 50% of the market, we know it for sure, here's the proof. I think people will be like, okay, well, how do we deal up the other 50%? But if they just don't know, and the pizza's being eaten incrementally, and they can feel it in their business. They have customers talking to them, I can get it on Amazon for this much, son. Oh, too bad for you. You were making $50 a ballast. Well, now you're making $10 a ballast, son, or whatever. And you got to deliver it to me right away. And you got the returning and picking up the product. If I order it wrong, has to be free. And you have to pick it up for free, and everything else. It's like a lot of pressure. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Yep.
I think that the U.S. Postal Service is subsidizing Amazon. So Amazon, I think that's a good thing that something's being done about that. So I think that's good for us. But otherwise, I think distributors really got to think about where they get their dollar from, how they deploy their knowledge. And then from there, hopefully there's an answer. Greggy.
Let's keep on it.
KeystoneTech.com, KeystoneTech.com on the Lighthead Magazine online video show, folks.